so far with great tolerance, but how long that will last, I'm not sure. I think a great benefit to me because I've learnt all sorts of things.
For years, Princess Anne has remained a steadfast and dedicated royal, often shunning the limelight in favor of hard work and duty. Unlike others in the family, she has rarely courted controversy or sought attention. But now, in a move no one saw coming, the princess has finally spoken out, sending shockwaves through the monarchy and beyond. What could have prompted her to break her legendary silence? And more importantly, what does this revelation mean for the future of the royal family? Let's dive in.
Now, in the reign of King Charles III, the focus has shifted to the futures of monarchy, the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth.
Royal ties. The unshaken bond between King Charles and Princess Anne. Before we dive into the shocking revelation, let's first explore the deep and enduring connection between King Charles III and Princess Anne. Despite their distinct roles within the monarchy, their bond has been one of unwavering loyalty, playful camaraderie, and mutual support. Born just 21 months apart, they spent their childhood navigating the complexities of royal life together, relying on each other while their parents were often away on official duties. As young children at Buckingham Palace, Charles and Anne were more than just siblings. They were each other's closest companions. From running through the grand halls of the palace to playing in the royal gardens, they formed a connection that remained unshaken even as they took separate paths in adulthood. While Charles was groomed for kingship from an early age, burdened with the responsibilities of an heir, Anne carved out her unique role as one of the most hardworking and dedicated members of the royal family, focusing on charity work and public service. Despite their differing royal duties, the siblings always found time to reconnect. One particularly heartwarming moment that captured their bond happened during King Charles's coronation celebrations. As Anne approached her brother, she greeted him with a cheerful, "Hello, old bean," a simple yet touching exchange that reminded the public of their lifelong closeness. Even with the weight of royal responsibilities, they have never lost the ability to share light-hearted moments, whether it's laughing together at Buckingham Palace or enjoying a quiet chat behind the scenes. Their shared love for equestrian sports has also played a crucial role in strengthening their bond. Both Anne and Charles inherited their mother's passion for horses, spending countless hours riding together in their youth. While Anne went on to compete as an Olympian, Charles embraced the sport as a dedicated polo player. This mutual love for horses kept them connected, even as they pursued their ambitions. Beyond equestrian interests, the siblings also share a deep appreciation for nature. As children, they spent time nurturing a small vegetable patch at Buckingham Palace under the guidance of the palace gardener, Mr. Nutbeam. Charles, in particular, carried this passion into adulthood, developing the renowned gardens at Highgrove House. While Anne never publicly embraced gardening in the same way, her love for the outdoors remains a cherished part of her life. Throughout the years, Anne has been one of Charles's most steadfast supporters, standing by his side during some of the monarchy's most pivotal moments. After Queen Elizabeth II's passing, Anne played a crucial role in the transition of power, walking in solemn procession alongside her brother. Her appointment as Gold Stick-in-Waiting during his coronation, a historic role symbolizing protection for the monarch, was a powerful demonstration of her unwavering loyalty. However, while Anne's devotion to Charles is undeniable, the dynamics within the royal family are far from simple. Notably, the relationship between Princess Anne and Queen Camilla has been the subject of much speculation. Could there be hidden tensions beneath the surface? And where does Anne truly stand in the ever-shifting royal hierarchy? Stay tuned as we uncover the truth. Princess Anne and Queen Camilla, a royal relationship marked by tension and intrigue. The British royal family has long been a subject of fascination, with its intricate relationships and historical tensions shaping the dynamics behind palace doors. One of the most intriguing connections is the one shared between Princess Anne and Queen Camilla, a relationship steeped in history, rivalry, and unspoken emotions. Their journey together, though often overshadowed by larger royal dramas, tells a compelling story of power, personal choices, and deep-seated complexities. Long before Camilla officially became part of the royal family, her ties to its members ran deep. In the 1960s, she moved in elite circles, attending high-profile gatherings and social events such as polo matches. It was through one such event in 1970 that she first met Prince Charles, ironically, through none other than Princess Anne. At the time, Anne was romantically linked to Andrew Parker Bowles, a charismatic military officer and a key member of Charles's inner circle. Anne's relationship with Andrew inadvertently created a pathway for Camilla and Charles to grow closer, setting the stage for a love story that would later shake the monarchy. However, Anne and Camilla's relationship was strained from the start. Some say Anne was never particularly fond of Camilla, while others believe the two women were caught in a subtle rivalry due to their entangled romantic histories. The situation became even more complicated when Charles, bound by the demands of his naval career, was frequently away from Camilla for long periods. During one such absence in 1973, Camilla reignited her romance with Andrew Parker Bowles. By March of that year, Andrew proposed, and their lavish wedding took place on July 4th, attended by various members of the royal family, including Princess Anne. Despite the public spectacle of the event, whispers of tension filled the air. Camilla's swift engagement to Andrew was seen by some as a calculated move, possibly fueled by Anne's previous relationship with him. There were even rumors suggesting that Camilla's closeness to Charles was partially influenced by unresolved emotions regarding her marriage. These intertwining personal relationships created a web of quiet competition and unresolved feelings that would linger for decades. When Charles and Camilla finally wed in 2005, their union was met with mixed reactions. Princess Anne, ever the composed royal, kept her distance during the ceremony, and Queen Elizabeth's noticeable absence from the official family photos only fueled speculation about lingering disapproval. Despite these tensions, Anne remained close to Andrew Parker Bowles, even making him the godfather of her daughter, Zara Phillips. In a surprising twist, Charles became the godfather of Andrew and Camilla's son, Tom Parker Bowles, highlighting the deeply entangled relationships within the royal family. As years passed, Camilla sought to redefine her image, embracing philanthropy and championing causes such as literacy and domestic violence prevention. Though she gained some public acceptance, her history with Charles and the shadow of Princess Diana's legacy continued to affect perceptions of her role. Meanwhile, Anne, known for her no-nonsense approach, reportedly harbored skepticism about Camilla's eventual title as queen. But while the bond between Anne and Camilla remained distant, it was only a reflection of the larger challenges within the royal household. How do these personal tensions shape their roles in the monarchy today? And as duty calls, how do their differing approaches impact the future of the royal family? Now let's explore the weight of royal duty, where unspoken rivalries and deep-seated history collide. Stay with us. Princess Anne, the relentless royal and the weight of duty. From the moment she stepped into the public eye at 18, Princess Anne has been a force of unwavering dedication, embodying the very essence of duty. Her journey into royal service began in 1969, when, fresh out of secondary school, she officially opened an educational and training center in Shropshire. This marked the start of a relentless commitment to public service, one that would take her across the world and cement her reputation as the hardest-working royal. Over the years, Princess Anne has represented the monarchy in countless countries, including Norway, Jamaica, Australia, and Russia. Her first major international engagement was a state visit to Austria alongside her parents, followed by a significant tour of Australia in 1970. These early experiences set the stage for a lifetime of diplomatic efforts, where she played a crucial role in strengthening international relations. A particularly groundbreaking moment came in 1990 when she became the first British royal to visit the Soviet Union. Invited by President Mikhail Gorbachev, her visit was seen as a strategic diplomatic gesture at a time of major political change. She later returned in 2016, this time to honor the 75th anniversary of Operation Dervish, reaffirming her dedication to historical and military remembrance. But Anne's contributions extend far beyond state visits. Since 1970, she has been deeply involved with Save the Children, first as its president and later as its patron. Her commitment has taken her to projects in Bangladesh, South Africa, and Mozambique, where she has actively championed the organization's mission. This devotion was recognized in 1990 when she was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize by Zambia's then-president, Kenneth Kaunda. Anne's charitable reach is staggering. She is associated with over 200 organizations, spanning fields from healthcare to education and military support. As Commandant-in-Chief of St. John Ambulance, she has consistently promoted emergency medical services. Her patronage extends to the Royal College of Midwives, the Royal College of Emergency Medicine, and the Magpus Air Ambulance, highlighting her deep-seated passion for healthcare. Additionally, since 1981, she has served as Chancellor of the University of London, a role she inherited from the Queen Mother, later adding the Chancellorship of the University of Edinburgh in 2011. Through these roles, she has remained a steadfast advocate for higher education. Despite her extensive duties, Anne has always maintained an unshakable work ethic. In 2017, she was recorded as undertaking more royal engagements than any other member of the family, including the Queen herself. Her mantra, "Keep me busy, I'm here to work," reflects her tireless commitment to service. Her devotion was never more evident than during Queen Elizabeth II's passing in 2022. In a historic moment, Anne became the first woman to stand vigil at the Queen's coffin, standing guard at St. Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh, and later at Westminster Hall. This solemn duty only reinforced her role as a pillar of strength within the monarchy. Yet even as Anne continues to carry the weight of royal responsibilities, another challenge looms, one that strikes at the heart of her family. How will Charles's cancer diagnosis reshape Anne's role? And what impact will it have on the monarchy itself? Stay tuned as we uncover the unfolding drama within the royal family. The Crown in Crisis, Cancer, Conflict, and Commitment. The world was left in shock when Buckingham Palace announced, in early 2024, that King Charles had been diagnosed with cancer. What started as a routine procedure for an enlarged prostate turned into something far more serious when doctors uncovered an unexpected health issue. Further tests confirmed the presence of cancer, though the palace was quick to clarify that it was not prostate cancer. Beyond that, however, little information was shared, leaving the public anxious and filled with unanswered questions. Despite the gravity of his diagnosis, King Charles maintained his composure, expressing gratitude for the swift action of his medical team and the overwhelming support he received from well-wishers across the world. However, with the start of his treatment, it became evident that he needed to take a step back from his public duties. While his spirit remained strong, his role as monarch required careful adjustments to accommodate his health. This raised an important question: who would step up to fulfill his responsibilities? Without hesitation, Princess Anne, Charles's younger sister, took charge. Known for her tireless dedication to royal duties, Anne quietly assumed many of the responsibilities that would have otherwise fallen to Charles. She ensured that the monarchy's presence remained uninterrupted, attending state functions, representing the royal family at international events, and taking on engagements without hesitation. To the public, the transition appeared seamless, but behind the scenes, tensions were beginning to rise. At the heart of the discord was a quiet yet growing rift between Princess Anne and Queen Camilla. While they both wanted what was best for Charles, they had very different ideas about how his illness should be handled. Camilla insisted that Charles continue with select engagements, believing that even brief public appearances would reassure the people and maintain stability within the monarchy. She feared that if he withdrew entirely, speculation and uncertainty would take hold. Anne, however, saw things differently. To her, the priority was clear. Charles's health came first. She believed that expecting him to maintain even a limited schedule was unreasonable, and that the family should rally together to carry his responsibilities without burdening him. Privately, she questioned why Camilla had not taken on more of Charles's duties herself, instead of urging him to keep up appearances. As the weeks passed, their differing approaches became more apparent. Anne shouldered the bulk of the work, taking on engagements that stretched her already demanding schedule. Those close to her noticed the immense pressure she was under, but she never once complained. She wasn't looking for recognition. She simply believed it was her duty to keep the monarchy running smoothly while her brother recovered. As Charles's condition improved, he gradually returned to public life, though under careful medical supervision. The palace assured the public that his treatment would continue, but that he was optimistic about his progress. Meanwhile, Anne remained a steadfast presence by his side, stepping in whenever needed. But just as one storm seemed to pass, another was about to erupt. Breaking the silence. What shocking truth was about to be uncovered within the palace walls? Anne breaks the silence. A royal power shift? Princess Anne's words sent shockwaves through royal circles, shaking the very foundations of the monarchy. When she reportedly declared, "It's time to tell everything," many believed she was finally ready to reveal the tensions that had long simmered behind palace doors. At the heart of it all was Queen Camilla. Anne's statement hinted that Camilla had failed to provide the unwavering support King Charles needed during one of the most difficult periods of his life. And for the first time, the world caught a glimpse of the hidden fractures within the royal family. The atmosphere was thick with emotion. Charles, known for maintaining a composed exterior, was visibly moved, his eyes glistening with unspoken words as he acknowledged his sister's steadfast loyalty. Through years of challenges, Anne had remained his rock, standing by him without hesitation. Camilla, on the other hand, appeared caught off guard, struggling to process the weight of Anne's revelation. For those observing, it was a moment that signaled a dramatic shift in royal dynamics. But the real shock came later. Reports surfaced that Charles had made an unprecedented decision, one that no one saw coming. He had allegedly chosen to name Princess Anne as queen, bypassing Camilla entirely. If true, this move would rewrite royal expectations, challenging centuries-old traditions. Sources close to the palace suggested that Charles's decision was not made lightly. It was not about titles or prestige, but about trust. Trust in the one person who had stood by him unwaveringly through both public and private storms. Princess Anne had always been known for her relentless dedication, a woman who worked tirelessly without seeking attention or recognition. Yet, for all her years of silent service, this moment was different. Now, she was being asked to step forward, not as a background figure, but as the monarchy's leading force. Those who knew her best believed she would accept the role with the same determination she had carried all her life. But accepting such a position would mean directly challenging Camilla's place within the royal hierarchy. For years, the strain between Anne and Camilla had been quietly acknowledged but never openly addressed. Was this decision a result of that long-standing tension, or was it truly about securing the monarchy's future? One thing was clear: if Anne did step into this role, it would change the course of royal history forever. But what does this mean for Anne's personal life? Has she ever truly had a chance to live for herself, beyond royal duty? Or has she always been bound by the very institution she now stands to lead? The princess who chose duty over the spotlight. Princess Anne was born on August 15, 1950, at Clarence House, stepping into a world of immense privilege but also great responsibility. As the second child and only daughter of Princess Elizabeth, Duchess of Edinburgh, and Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, her arrival was marked by a grand 21-gun salute in Hyde Park. From the very beginning, her journey was destined to be vastly different from that of her elder brother, Charles, the future king. Even within the royal family, Anne's childhood was unique. In 1952, when King George VI passed away, her mother ascended the throne, and the weight of royal duties consumed Queen Elizabeth's time. With their mother occupied, Anne and her brothers, Charles, Andrew, and Edward, were primarily raised under the care of their governess, Catherine Peebles. Despite a structured and disciplined upbringing, Anne often felt isolated, the only girl in a family where Charles was receiving relentless preparation for his future reign. Unlike the fairy tale childhood many imagine for a princess, Anne's days were filled with strict routines, ensuring she was ready for her supporting role in the monarchy. From a young age, she understood that while Charles was groomed for the throne, she would remain in the background. She was expected to serve with devotion, but never lead. As years passed, her position in the line of succession declined, especially with the birth of Charles's sons. But instead of feeling overshadowed, Anne embraced her responsibilities with quiet pride. She had no desire for the crown, focusing instead on creating her own path within the royal framework. Yet, despite her determination to stay away from the spotlight of succession, fate had other plans, setting the stage for unexpected changes. Amidst royal expectations, Anne discovered an escape: horses. In the world of equestrianism, she wasn't Princess Anne. She was simply a rider, an athlete, a competitor. Encouraged to explore her passions, she developed an extraordinary talent for horse riding, which soon defined her in ways beyond royalty. At just 21, she won the European Eventing Championship, an achievement that solidified her reputation in the sports world. That same year, she was named BBC Sports Personality of the Year, a recognition of her dedication and skill. But she wasn't done yet. For over 5 years, Anne competed with the British eventing team, reaching the pinnacle of her career at the 1976 Montreal Olympics. In a defining moment, she suffered a concussion during a course, but, in true Anne fashion, remounted her horse and finished the event, despite having no memory of the jumps. Her resilience was undeniable. Beyond her own competitions, Anne remained a key figure in equestrian sports. In 1986, she became president of the Fédération Équestre Internationale, shaping the future of the sport on a global scale. Her love for horses extended beyond competition, as she served as a patron of the Riding for the Disabled Association, a role she has held since 1971. Until today, Princess Anne is widely regarded as one of the hardest-working and most dedicated members of the royal family. What are your thoughts on this decision? Share them in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more.